Hey guys, I know if you remember this little Arvin 6 transistor radio I showed you a few months back. This was a model number 61R13.23 red Arvin 6 transistor AM radio. Well, the other night we finally tore into him, and we had a whole lot of capacitors bad in here. Some of them were almost double the amount that they were supposed to have been originally. And this radio was in operation when I bought it, and it popped one of these two capacitors down here about 5 minutes of playing after I bought the thing. So they needed replaced. They were getting to the end of life. And I think this radio is either somewhere between 1958 and 1962, somewhere in that time frame. But we had two 50 microfarad to 10 volt capacitors right here, and those are supposed to be 50 microfarads. Well, one tested 104, the other one tested 68. The one might have been a little bit in spec, the other one was way out. Then we had two 10 microfarad to 10 volts, which one of those was here, and one of those was here. One tested 22 and the other one tested 17.2. Again, close, but I replaced them anyway. And then our 30 microfarad at 10 volt right here, this orange one right here, was 67 microfarads instead of 30, and that's just a little too much. It's probably 20% tolerance, but that's still more than what I wanted to see in here. So while I had it open, I just recapped all 5 capacitors, and it should be good to go for another 40 years. But let's crank this thing up, see what it sounds like. I haven't got the speakers soldered back in. Everything's kind of run on alligator clips to the battery, and this was originally designed for a battery, 9-volt battery with a positive negative on either end, instead of today's 9 volts with positive negative on both ends, or on one end I should say.
I think you just got to forfeit your game, Angie. I mean, you cannot play illegal players.
Now, here's the thing. We forfeited the games that he played in. Okay, we did do that. We took our punishment for that player since we did not know that was oversight on our part and the league's part for letting him get through it laying. His Ohio address was on our...
I'd be 700 WLW.
Seriously, it wasn't on your own.
We would have not put him on our roster. I put his Ohio address on our roster. If I was trying to be this...
And I had to clean the controls. The volume control is very scratchy, and the bearings in the variable capacitor for the tuning was very stiff. It hardly turned. It was a lot more sensitive the other night when I had it on. I think my battery, this is a used battery, I have a smoke detector after a year of smoke detector, so it's probably getting close to the end of its life too. But these other capacitors, I put in Nichicons, which I hate to put overseas capacitors back into an American Arvin product, were ELNA, ELNA capacitors, and I don't know, I've never heard of those before. I reckon they were a big brand back in the day, but they're out of use right now, and all new capacitors have been installed in this, and it should be good to go for many more years. I get this put back together, I'll probably add it into a video of something else I'll have going on here within the week. Thanks for watching.